And welcome back to the Washita Sports Digital Network. We have Lady Tiger basketball here with the Tigers of Washita Baptist University versus the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas University. We do apologize for the big-time technical difficulties in this one. I think the last time that we've had a lot of internet connection issues, and it's really made a lot of things difficult, but we should be back and we should be good here now. So hopefully everything runs smoothly here in the second half of action. So yes, the last time that I think maybe, as far as we know, that you were able to tune in was Washita was up 17-10, and well, the game got a little bit out of hand. Washita up 57-38 in this one. And I'm Chris Gay, joined by Chase Hartzell. Chase, let's catch up our viewers here. What has allowed Washita to have this 19-point victory?
One of the keys to success in this one has been crashing the boards. Washita has a plus 24 advantage right now in rebounds total, 31-7, but also offensive rebounds. For most of the second quarter and all of the first quarter, Washita was able to keep Southern Arkansas from getting an offensive rebound, creating second chance points for themselves. They only have one offensive rebound thus far, and Washita has 10 in that category. It's been a great job down low. One individual that we want to highlight, of course, is the leading scorer for Washita, and that is Grayson Fairless. Fairless with 8 second chance points up to this point. She's leading the team with 14 points total. Michaela Miller also having a great game in the backcourt. She's second on the team with 12 points, but she's also tied for the team lead in assists with 4. She's really been a do-it-all player, Chris, in this one for Washita. Also has 4 steals. She has a block. I mean, she's just about got every stat you can imagine up to this point, at least one of them. It's been a great game for the senior and a great game for the freshman down in the post. Another freshman in the post is Harrison. Abby Harrison has 10 points up to this point in the contest. Washita has done a great job. We've seen a lot of the backcourt press from Southern Arkansas, trying to create some turnovers. Thus far, turnover margin's been fairly even, 7-7. Both teams are creating a fair amount of turnovers, but SAU not getting the amount of turnovers that they would have hoped for, and Washita has been able to get the ball inside of the post. This is a team that likes to shoot the three normally. SAU knows that. They're trying to counteract that with that defense in the backcourt, but Washita has been able to get the ball inside to the players in the post. 42 points in the paint, and Chris, when you can operate with that kind of efficiency, getting the ball down low, that's tough to beat.
Yeah, Washita shooting 40% from 3, but that's just on 5 attempts. And I think this is one of those games that Coach Dallimore is going to love to see. Obviously, Washita feasting down in the paint. And as we mentioned, a 31-7 difference, a rebound margin for Washita. And one of the keys in this game was keeping Diamond Morris, who's 5th in the conference in rebounding, off the boards. She has 2 in just one half of action. So a great job by, really, it's been a team effort to keep the Mule Riders off the boards. And of course, getting out on the break was so key to this one. Michaela Miller, so many times she just threw a big time outlet pass, and it just resulted in a great and easy bucket for either Fairless, Harrison, or whoever was at the whoever was the recipient.
And Miller's just so talented at driving the lane in general, and because of that court vision, she can see easily. She can read where the defenders are, see where her teammates are at all times, and she can make that split-second decision to either go up for the basket and go or kick it out for the pass and try to set up another opportunity for her teammate. And she's done that with great efficiency here today. She's gotten plenty of points for herself with great finishes, great moves in traffic as well, but also when the traffic was too congested down there, down close to the basket, she's been able to kick it out to her teammate for an easy three-point or mid-range shot. It's been a great game for the senior, doing what she's done her whole career, and that's really just doing just about everything for the Tigers in terms of contributing to every different facet of the game and helping get her teammates involved in the contest as well.
And Chase, I know this has been sort of a disastrous half for the Mule Riders with only 7 rebounds. But what have been have there been any positives for the Mule Riders that they can at least take away from the first half and try to build on coming in the second?
Lindsay had a strong finish to the half, ended up having 8 points. She has 2 steals, only player on the Mule Rider squad that has multiple turnovers forced up to this point. She's done a really good job, similar to a Michaela Miller type player, contributing in all the different facets of the game. It just hasn't been enough up to this point. She's going to be hoping that her teammates can step up in a similar capacity here in the second half. Really, it's going to have to be a team effort for SAU if they want to get back into this thing. Also, going to have to step it up a little bit in the perimeter shooting. We started to see the Mule Riders get a little bit warmer with a three-point shot, but a cold start to the game has really set them back up to this point. They're going to have to continue to be efficient from beyond the arc if they want to try to get back in this thing.
And for Ouachita, obviously a great 19-point lead here at the end of the first half. What do they have to do to either build on this lead or to just, really just keep pouring it on? What do they have to do?
I think it's going to be a similar game plan depending on what we see from Southern Arkansas. Will they keep going with that backcourt press, or are they going to start to back up a little bit and really force Ouachita to set up some plays? That's going to be the key difference. I think it's going to be more so reactionary to what SAU has planned for the second half, more so than creating that. But if there's one thing that you want to see improved, I'm sure Lainey Mears would like to see a few more shots fall. She had no points in that first half, really just a tough break for her. But give her credit. This is really one of the players that we consider to be a sharpshooter for Ouachita. The shots aren't falling, but she's still creating opportunities for her teammates, finding the open player. She's tied with Michaela Miller for the team lead in assists with 4. So look for her to continue to keep the ball moving around, and hopefully her teammates can also create some better opportunities for her, getting some open shots, and surely those shots are going to start to fall because, as we mentioned, Chris, she's one of the best shooters in the conference.
Yeah, definitely. This has been an uncharacteristic game for Mears, but she's been out there. She's one of the few, I guess you could call her an upperclassman, as most of this team is freshmen, true freshmen, that is. Only 3 players from this team were on the squad last year, and we had 2 sophomore transfers in Richardson and Williams. So her veteran support has been great for this Ouachita team that is so far this year has been so in need for some. Now we're about to get ready for the second half of action. Just under 50 seconds left before we get to see more Tiger basketball against the Mule Riders. Jace, I think if you're Coach Adam Collins of the Mule Riders, that was a very frustrating half. As we mentioned, the rebounding was just way off the charts, and for a team that is so used to being pretty dominant on the boards, just we're not. I mean, Ouachita, who's not really had a lot of success rebounding, especially in their conference games, they were able to dominate with ease, and that's got to be one of those things that for Coach Collins has got to be so frustrating, and I imagine that's not going to continue to be the case. I imagine that was one of the keys coming into halftime. And we're just about ready to play as we have Warren set the throw in. Here's Hill. Warren to Lindsay. Lindsay for 3, and she knocks that one from three-point land.
Lindsay's been perfect from the field, 4 for 4 to start this one. Now has the team lead in scoring with 11 points. That time trying to make the defensive play. Who's going to end up drawing the foul.
Michaela Lindsay with the reach-in foul. Here's Miller. Senior guard, originally from Little Rock. Here's Robinson on the wing, inside to Fairless, who's had a great game thus far. Good contest by Warren, though, but Grayson Williams with the offensive board. Miller's going to, she's not made a three-pointer so far this season. Tried one from the corner. Here's Trimmy to Warren. Back to Trimmy. Warren working on Fairless. Here's Morris to Lindsay. Lindsay with 11. Warren driving. Nice floater for Kylie Warren. Been one of the few bright spots for Southern Arkansas today. Robinson kicking to Mears. Mears driving baseline. Grayson Williams to Miller. Here's Mears, thought about it. Mears met some traffic. Miller driving inside. The floater for Michaela Miller is good. Easy bucket inside for the senior. And Miller, great deflection. As we mentioned, she's been a great defensive catalyst all game long for the Tigers.
And on that last possession, driving the lane, we talked about her skill driving the lane and making those last-second adjustments, was able to adjust to the defense, saw she could get it over the top, goes for the floater, and makes that nice floater from mid-range.
Here's Hill to Morris. Morris been quiet today. Inside working on Williams, and that's going to be Grayson Williams' fourth foul today. We haven't called her name a whole lot in this one, and she's been in foul trouble. And she's going to check out, and Samantha Watson is going to check in. Watson's done an excellent job in this one, has 2 assists. Done a great job all season long, being a pretty solid playmaker. Morris attempt her second free throw. Morris only has 5 points on the game, and she misses her second. Watson, and that's going to be a reach in on Braden Hill. That's going to be her first personal foul of the game. Here's Mears up top. Here's Watson. Miller to Robinson. Robinson for 3. That one is no good for Heidi Robinson, but Miller, great offensive effort there to get the rebound. Inside to Miller. Miller, uncontested layup. SAU went with the zone, and it did not pay off there. Inside Hill. Hill, and she's going to draw a foul against Samantha Watson. That's going to be her second foul of the game. Ouachita has done a lot of things right in this one, but Chase, fouling has been one of the few negatives that we've been able to see here today.
A lot of fouls in this one, and really translates to the free throw line as well. That was the 18th free throw of the game. Excuse me, that was actually the 18th right there, number 17 and 18. And thus far, the Mule Riders have done a decent job of capitalizing. 12 of 18 from the free throw line, only 6 opportunities at the charity stripe for Ouachita. They're 3 of 6, or yes, 3 of 6, 50% from the line.
Inside to Robinson. Here's Watson. Miller to Robinson. Robinson to Watson. Watson inside. Back to Robinson. A lot of passing here for Ouachita. Miller driving baseline, working inside on Morris, and that was a nice shot inside by Michaela Miller. She has 18 in this one. Here's Morris to Warren, picked up by Miller. Lindsay in the corner. Morris, good defense by Fairless as she's going to come away with the block. Warren trying to take advantage of the second chance opportunity. Fairless, good strength to come away with the rebound there. Here's Miller, loves attacking on the break, and an and one for Michaela Miller. That's point 19 and 20 for Michaela Miller tonight. As Kylie Warren gets up slowly, I think she may have turned her ankle as she went down.
And the officials having a bit of a discussion here as 2 players went down to the floor. I don't know if this is a matter of blocking foul or charge, but we are.
I believe it was, they were going to figure out, trying to figure out who that foul was on, whether it was maybe Diamond Morris or Kylie Warren. And we're going to take an official timeout. And we're going to have to review this play here. When Michaela Miller went inside, she met both Warren and Morris. Washita 63-46 with 6:43 left to play in this one. Michaela Miller has really come on here in the second half, currently with 20 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. Done an excellent job in this one. Along with her has been Grayson Fairless, who has 14 points and 9 rebounds, a near double-double for the freshman. Abby Harrison has also done a great job in this one, and in only 6 minutes of action has 10 points and a block, but has yet to crash the boards. So Chase, we've seen an excellent offensive output for Washita, especially from a lot of that freshman class that has done an excellent job this season.
And you mentioned it, Chris, a lot of fresh faces on this team, but this freshman class has really stepped up. I mean, you look at the 2 players in the front court for Washita. Fairless, one of the leading scorers for Washita, and Harrison, also one of the top scorers. Abby Harrison's also been one of the leading scorers down in the paint, so 2 freshmen that have really contributed. We've seen a lot of players, but also Michaela Miller, the lone senior on this squad, doing a great job of creating a lot of points here in the second half. She was creating more opportunities for her teammates earlier in the game, but really we started to see her teammates now getting the ball to her more as the game goes along.
Yeah, you're right. This is the one senior on the Tiger squad. And let's just say her experience and her leadership is just so invaluable. Here's Trimmy on the wing to Jones in the corner. Jones for 3, and Jessica Jones knocks down the corner 3-pointer. Here's Watson looking for some help as SAU went back with the break or with the press. Mears in the corner. Watson to Winfrey inside. Winfrey, and she has that one blocked by Morris, one of the better shot blockers in the conference. Trimmy, that one's a bad miss by Trimmy. Here's Watson. Watson to Miller. Miller thought about it. Robinson to Watson. Mears. Mears is yet to make a shot in this one. Here's Miller attacking baseline. Does not make that layup. Winfrey inside, and she's going to draw a foul, and she's going to go to the free throw line for 2. It's going to be Jones's first foul of the game. Madeline Tipton's going to check in. Lainey Mears is going to check out. Winfrey knocks down her first free throw.
Just the 7th free throw of the contest for the Tigers. Washita now 5 of 8 from the line.
Kylie Minter going to check into the ball game. Lindsay's going to check out. Washita going with the press here. SAU's able to break it. Good defensive reaction. Morris going to pull up from mid-range, no good. Miller outlet to Watson. Watson with the lefty finish is good. Samantha Watson taking advantage of the lack of defense there, and that's going to be a foul on Miller as she kind of put her hands on the back of Morris there. And Kylie Warren is going to check into the ball game. Morris is going to take a breather. Lainey Mears is going to check in. Michaela Miller checking out.
Miller going to get some applause there from the home crowd as she's had a phenomenal start to this conference matchup.
And that's going to be a foul on Samantha Watson. I can hear some fans behind me not really happy with that call. Here's Minter up top to Jones. Warren on the wing, guarded by Winfrey. A near double dribble. Here's Bright to Trimmy. Trimmy for three. That one's no good by Trimmy. Here's Tipton. Finds Mears. Mears to Watson. To Tipton. Tipton, an excellent three-point shooter. Doesn't make that one, though. Mentor with the rebound.
And Trimmy did a pretty good job there of closing the gap, able to get a hand in the face of Tipton. Even though she's a good shooter, they're able to cause enough disruption for the shot to be off just a bit.
Tipton inside, going right at Jones, and that's going to be an easy layup for the freshman. Trimmy, oh, that's going to be a big-time travel there by Trimmy. Another turnover for the Mule Riders. And we're going to have a media timeout here. I haven't had one of those in a while. So we're going to take a timeout with them. So stick around for more basketball action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Hello, I'm Taylor King. I've been practicing law for over 34 years, but long before that, I learned what it takes to be a good lawyer, caring for others. You could say it's a family trait, and it's one I've passed along to my kids. If you've been involved in an accident, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK. I want to help.
We want to help, to be on your side, by your side. I'm Austin King. Now, I've not been practicing law quite as long as my dad, but thanks to him, I know what it takes to be a good lawyer. I guess you could say it runs in the family.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Have a great Ouachita lead up 72-49 here with 4:14 left to play in this third quarter of action. SAU has really had a lot of struggles in this game. It's been out-rebounded significantly, and they have not been able to really get hot from the three-point line in this one. Though they are shooting, well, okay, they are shooting about 44% from three, but it's not been as big of a catalyst in this one, as that's usually what they've been using to come away with wins. SAU going with the press, going to continue with it. Ouachita is going to break it. Tipton finds Watson inside, out to Mears. SAU is able to recover. They've been struggling this game with that press. Tipton, and that's going to be a travel. She's picked up her pivot foot there. Ouachita did not go with the press in the first half, but they're going with it in the second. Trimmy open in the corner for three, long on the rebound. Mears misses it. Mears able to come away with it that time, though. Here's Watson going full court and gets it stripped by Marley Bright. And SAU going to try to take advantage, and there's Warren for three.
Mule Riders are getting better from beyond the arc, but again, Ouachita doing a great job. They're going to try to break the press again. Looks like they may do exactly that here.
On almost another Tiger turnover. Miller going inside, and that's going to be an easy layup for Michaela Miller.
And that's been the key for this Tiger offense, has been capitalizing on the aggressiveness of this SAU defense. They've been playing up a lot, and Ouachita instead has been either trying to go over the top or go around driving in, getting to the basket.
Here's Miller. She has 23. Watson guarded by Trimmy. Here's Mears trying to get on the board. And there is Lainey Mears. Her first basket of the game is a nice drive to the hoop there. Here's Trimmy Jones wide open for three. She shot well, but misses that time. Here's Mears. Finds Watson inside to Harrison, and she loses it there. SAU has an opportunity on the fast break. Trimmy misses the open jumper, and it's going to be a foul on Michaela Miller. The basket will not count. It will be an off-ball foul. And we've got some substitutions here. Heidi Robinson, Grayson Fairless checking into the ball game. Diamond Morris, Chloe Wilbanks also checking in, along with Riley Stanford. And number 10, Chloe Wilbanks. She's a transfer from the University of Louisiana-Monroe. I wouldn't be mentioning that if she wasn't the former teammate of Ouachita's Grayson Fairless. They both played last season at Louisiana-Monroe. Grayson Williams was pretty much a full-time starter for Louisiana-Monroe. And Wilbanks even started a game as she pulls up for three, and she knocks that one down. Chloe Wilbanks gets onto the board. And another Ouachita turnover, or a near turnover. As Stanford got on the board, got on the floor with it. Marley Bright checking out. Hawkins checking in. Winfrey's going to check in. Michaela Miller's going to check out. Robinson throwing into Fairless. Here's Mears. She thought about it. Robinson in the corner. And her foot stepped out of bounds. And we're going to have another substitution for Southern Arkansas, number 1, Brooklyn Brown, the guard from Pearland, Texas, checking in. Here's Hawkins. Morris has been quiet here today. Inside, though, to Stanford. A nice play. Good teamwork there for SAU. Mears to Tipton in the corner. Tipton gonna thought about the three. And that's gonna be a travel for Madeline Tipton, and that's gotta really frustrate Coach Dallimore there.
And it's been a tough third quarter for the Tigers in terms of turnovers. Only 7 total in the first half, and here in the first 9 minutes or so of the first half, 6 turnovers alone.
Here's Morris working on Winfrey inside. A bucket by Diamond Morris is good, and we're going to have a timeout for the Mule Riders, and we're going to take a timeout. It is just a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stick around. Ouachita with 1:09 left to play in the third quarter with a 16-point lead. And Chase, seeing, as I keep mentioning, a great offensive output by Ouachita. What have they been able to do on the defensive side of the ball, though?
Well, the key to the early lead for Ouachita especially was creating turnovers. Michaela Miller has been able to force 4 steals in this one. 2 of those were in the first minute of the contest. That allowed Ouachita to get out on a 6-0 run to start out the game, 8-0 run actually. And then SAU started to come back, but then Ouachita has just been able to contain the perimeter just enough. We've seen maybe a bit of a breakdown here in the second half. Ouachita probably wanting to get back to where they were before. But Ouachita, especially in that first half, did a great job of guarding the perimeter. And mainly, the big thing was just making sure that the Mule Riders didn't have a chance for second chance points. Getting those defensive rebounds. Again, a staggering 32 rebound advantage right now for Ouachita.
Coach Dallimore getting his team to go. Robinson. And that's going to be a turnover. Good job by Brown intercepting that pass into Morris. Morris finds Hill. Gives it to Stanford, who knocks down the 3, and she's got 5 quick points here in the third quarter. Miller pressured hard. Mears open for 3. Maybe she can get it. And she is still 0 for 3 on the night from the 3-point arc. Miller set to throw in. Gets it to Winfrey. SAU going with the press. Or going with the zone, I mean. Mears attacking inside. Winfrey's going to pull it up from deep, and that one is no good. 3 seconds left. Hill's got to put it up. Oh, and that one was a little too close for comfort for the Tigers. Ouachita up by 13, 76-63 after this third quarter play. So stick around for fourth quarter Tiger basketball action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law.
Our town, a place for new beginnings, stalwart pine trees, reuniting with old friends. Whether you find yourself here for a ball game, a wedding, or just to catch up with those you love, we want to invite you to be a guest on our front porch. A place to sit back and watch the world go by. A place where time seems to slow down. Our home away from home. Welcome back. Captain Henderson House, now accepting reservations.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network presented by Taylor King Law. Tiger basketball versus the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas University coming in town. Seen a great game for both teams. SAU trying to claw their way back. Down 13 here with the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Stanford working inside to Morris. Stanford, who got hot at the very end of the third, misses that one. Morris inside, and she's going to draw a foul against Winfrey, trying to go for the block there. Well, Chase, we've seen a great rebounding effort for Ouachita. And Ouachita, this was kind of, this has been uncharacteristic of their season, them out-rebounding in conference play as Morris knocks down her first. Ouachita with 43 rebounds, 30 defensive rebounds, and 13 offensive rebounds versus only 13 total rebounds for SAU. And I have to say, that's got to be single-handedly why Ouachita has this large lead.
We had a collision over here as Lainey Mears was trying to make a play. She's going to be okay, but scary play there.
Yep.
And, Christian, we were talking about the rebounds. It is tough to come back when you're getting out-rebounded 3-1. Ouachita with a more than 3-1 advantage, 43-13 in terms of total rebounds. And it's an even better mark on the offensive side of the ball, 13-3. It's been an all-around great day by Ouachita, following the basketball, crashing the boards. However, foul trouble has gotten to them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Winfrey going to pick up her third foul. And we're going to have a timeout for SAU. It is a 30-second timeout, so we're going to stick around for a little bit longer. But one of the big stories of the game has been Michaela Miller. She has 23 points, 4 assists, 4 steals, and 7 rebounds. She has been an excellent contributor for Ouachita all year long, really her entire career, but especially here tonight.
And Miller, even from her first season here with Ouachita, she was already contributing to the team. She's appeared, now this is her 70th game with the Tigers that she's appeared in. This is her 69th start in that span. So she came out of the gates running when she got here to Ouachita, was a starter pretty much from the start of her career here, and she has continued to be a leader throughout this. She's been a constant present really for Ouachita. We've seen, you mentioned it, Chris, we've seen a lot of turnover in terms of personnel on the player side over the last year with a lot of seniors graduating and a lot of new players coming in. Michaela Miller has been the constant, and she's really embodied the spirit of Ouachita basketball over the last 3 or 4 years, really been that core leader for this squad. So great to see her having a great game here tonight. Really been a key to the success of this Ouachita team.
And for a team that's faced their fair share of adversity over the years, in all 4 seasons that Coach Dallimore has been here, Michaela Miller has been she's been here all 4 years that he's been here, and was, obviously brought in by Coach Dallimore and his staff. And obviously, like you said, in 70 games, 69 starts, she's that sort of safety that Coach Dallimore has really relied on in his 4 seasons here. Here's Morris inside, finds Warren open for 3, and that one is good for Kylie Warren. But we're going to have a foul on Samantha Watson. It's going to be on the floor. That is her 4th foul. It was after the shot. So there will not be a free throw opportunity here, but Southern Arkansas still has an opportunity to have another possession here, as they've really cut down this lead, down only 8 here. They can't take advantage, and Miller's going to draw the foul. I believe that's going to be on Kylie Warren. But as we mentioned, foul trouble has really been an issue here for the Tigers. Brooklyn Brown checks in for Wilbanks. But Watson picked up her 4th not long ago, along with Grayson Williams. And 3 fouls for for Michaela Miller, Tipton, and for Winfrey in this one. Inside to Miller, but that one's blocked by Brown. We got a fast break opportunity for the Mule Riders. Jones for 3. No good on that one. Offensive rebound by Brown. And Grayson Fairless is going to pick up her 3rd foul here.
That time trying to go after a jump ball, trying to at least get her hand in there to try to, again, give Ouachita a chance to get the ball back. The possession arrow is going in their favor right now, so not a bad idea there to try to go for the aggressive play. Unfortunately, that time going to draw a foul. That's the risk you run.
And we have Tipton a fast break opportunity here, and Tipton, does not take advantage there. Here's Bright, and Mears is able to tip it, and she stops that fast break opportunity. A great defensive reaction there by Lainey Mears.
SAU is on a 16-0 run right now in terms of scoring. Ouachita hasn't scored since the 2:47 mark in the 3rd quarter.
Here's Warren up top to Jones. Jones has been hot from 3 this game. Misses her 2nd in a row, though. Morris tracks down the rebound. Out to Warren. Warren for 3. And Warren, she's been on fire this game in this 2nd half, as Southern Arkansas has cut the lead down to just 5. Here's Miller to Babel, who just checked in for the first time not too long ago. Mears in the corner for 3. We finally got a Lainey Mears 3-pointer, as we have a timeout by Coach Dallimore. And we're going to take the timeout along with them. So stick around for more Tiger basketball here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic.
Hey, this is Alex Pruitt with Sports Illustrated Magazine.
Visit the Ouachita campus store for all your Tiger apparel, merchandise, and gifts. If you need something to wear to show your Tiger pride, stop by the Ouachita campus store on the bottom floor of the Evans Student Center to grab a t-shirt, sweatshirt, polo, or more. If you can't stop by the store on campus, visit us online at bookstore.obu.edu. Make your purchase and we'll send it to you. Support the Tigers by checking out the Ouachita campus store. Go Tigers.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. We have Tiger basketball here at Bill Vining Arena on the beautiful campus of Ouachita Baptist University. Ouachita up 79-71 here. As coming into this break, we had the first triple for Lainey Mears in this game, shooting 54% on the season. Been really held at bay from the three-point line in this one.
And that was a beautiful setup. Michaela Miller had it on the right side of the floor. Lainey Mears just kind of snuck along the baseline. Miller swung it to another player waiting in the wings, and then all of a sudden Mears was on the other side of the floor in the other corner, ended up pulling up for 3, and it was a beautiful shot.
Here's Jones on the wing for 3. It's really gone cold. Babel tracking down the rebound, and she's going to draw the foul. Going to be on Diamond Morris. It's going to be her third personal. She's really been held. She's really been quiet in this game with only 9 points, but she's done an excellent job as a playmaker with 4 assists, as she does lead the team in assists. And that's going to be a turnover for Ouachita. Southern Arkansas is going to take possession here.
It's Ouachita's 9th turnover of the half compared to just 2 since the break for SAU. That's really been a difference maker here for the Mule Riders, allowing them to get back in it, even though Ouachita, as we mentioned, is enjoying a sizable lead on the boards. SAU sort of closing the gap a little bit here. Ouachita still with a heavy advantage, but now just a 28 rebound lead for Ouachita, which really goes to show how strong the rebound game has been.
And Warren, nice play inside, working on Fairless. The press hasn't worked a whole lot in this game, but it did that time as we have another Ouachita turnover. Morris for 3, no good on that one. Miller with the rebound, outlet to Mears. Mears inside to Tipton, and that's good teamwork from Mears and Tipton. And Babel, Coach Dallimore is calling for a travel there. Babel, a great defensive reaction. Here's Morris to Warren, been the 2 catalysts here today. Warren in the corner for 3, no good on that one. And that's going to be an over-the-back foul on Madeline Tipton.
Foul on the Lady Tigers, number 23, Madeline Tipton.
That will be her 4th personal foul of the game.
Also puts SAU into the bonus for the 2nd time in this contest. So now 2 shots here. SAU's been good from the line in this one, 15 of 22. Ouachita only has 9 opportunities at the charity stripe in this one. They've gone 6 for 9.
And Jones does not connect on her first attempt. And Jones 0 of 2 from the line that time. Watson looking for some help. They're able to break the press. Mears is open for 3, but they're trying to drain a little bit of clock and waiting for her teammates to catch back up. Miller inside to Winfrey, out to Watson. Oh, nice moves by Michaela Miller, and she's going to draw the foul there. Ouachita up by 8, 81-73 with 5:47 left to play. As we have Michaela Miller has an opportunity to make this a 10-point lead for Ouachita. She's made her only other free throw of the game. And she knocks down the first. She has 24 points and 8 rebounds here tonight. And Miller, 2 of 2 from the line, 3 of 3 on the contest. Here's Warren. Ouachita alleviating a little bit of the pressure here. Here's Trimmy on the wing. Here's Hill to Morris. Morris working on Miller. Can't find anybody. Inside to Hill, and that's going to be a jump ball between Hill and Watson, and it's going to be Ouachita ball. Great defensive reaction there by the freshman.
And that's what Ouachita was hoping for, similarly on that earlier play that ended up resulting in a foul, trying to get a hand on it and force the jump ball. That time getting the call, and the possession error going Ouachita's way.
Here's Tipton going inside. Pulls up from about 10 feet, but no good. Here's Morris. Gonna pull back. Gonna go, and that's gonna be a reach-in foul on Audrey Winfrey. And that's gonna be her 4th foul.
Foul on the Lady Tigers, number 2, Audrey Winfrey.
Ouachita now has 4 players with 4 fouls in this one. Morris knocks down her first. And Morris goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Heidi Robinson's going to check in. Samantha Watson's going to check out.
There you can see at the top of your screen a couple of notable guests watching today's game. Ricky Rogers, who's the Vice President of Student Development here at Ouachita, and joining him is Dr. Ben Sells, President of Ouachita Baptist.
Always great to see them here at the sporting events. Here's Mears for three, and she knocks that one down. That is something that Ouachita has needed to really give them a little burst of energy here. Trimmy in the corner, going to pull up from three. No good on that one. Tipton tracking down the board there. Here's Miller. Miller to Mears, a little high on the pass, and that's going to be a Ouachita turnover.
And Miller and Mears have connected plenty of times over the course of the last 2 years as we go into a media timeout here, but that time Miller just a little too much on it, and she was patting her chest saying, my fault on that one, just an errant throw that time.
I don't believe we have a timeout here. I think it was, as we're going to have action once again, as everybody thought that it was a timeout, but we're going to resume action here. Here's Hill with the ball, guarded by Robinson. Here's Morris. Good job by Robinson with the deflection. Coach Dallimore having a conversation with the official. Really believing that SAU is the last to touch it. Warren open for three, no good on that one. Rebound by Trimmy. Mears with the steal, but SAU is able to come away with it again. Morris in the corner for three. No good on that one. Ouachita ball.
And there was some arguing from the home crowd here saying that it should have been a walk call, though I will give credit there to Lindsay, at least from our vantage point here down on the floor. It looked like Lindsay kept the dribble going the whole time. Didn't try to pick up and walk with it.
And Mears almost losing it there. Needs help, and it's going to stay with Ouachita. SAU has really picked up the aggression here as they are down 11 with 3:43 left to play in this fourth quarter of action. Here's Winfrey. Finds Mears. Mears open for three. Oh, no good on that one. Robinson with the offensive board. Mears to Winfrey inside, has that one blocked. Winfrey gets it back, and that's going to be a foul. Going to be on Brayden Hill, her second foul of the game. Chloe Wilbanks and Lindsay going to check back in. Brooklyn Brown and Hill checking out. Here's Winfrey to Robinson, guarded by Lindsay. Got it to Miller. Mears in the corner. Just working for the best possible shot, and that's going to end up in a Ouachita turnover. SAU taking possession here. Here's Wilbanks, transfer from Louisiana Monroe. Here's Morris up top, looking for a backdoor cut. Here's Trimmy to Wilbanks. Warren driving inside on Winfrey, and she's got it to go. Nice bucket inside by Kylie Warren. Miller to Winfrey. They got to break the press. Got it to Tipton. Tipton going inside. Nice little Euro step. And Tipton with the bucket.
Great job there by Tipton adjusting her steps towards the basket with the cut inside.
And a turnover by Wilbanks. Mears inside to Miller, but she can't hold on, and that's going to be another Tiger turnover. Turnovers really hurting Ouachita here. they have 20 turnovers in this one versus only 11 turnovers for the Mule Riders.
And 13 of those turnovers have been here in the second half.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that Ouachita's second half of action really hasn't been as clean as their first half, as Trimmy gets open on the cut there, and we got a timeout for the Mule Riders, and we're going to take a timeout with them. So stick around for more fourth quarter action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
I'm Nicole Auerbach from The Athletic.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Ouachita up 88-79 with 1:57 left to play. Chase, this has been a very high-scoring game so far. And Ouachita had significant control in the first half, but SAU has really gotten back into it. What has really helped SAU stop the bleeding?
And this is exactly what we expected. Two teams
and
who know how to score.
Nice adjustment by Tipton, going with the left there. Hill going right at Heidi Robinson. Brown going to cut inside, and that was an easy lefty finish for Brooklyn Brown. And Robinson's going to draw a foul from Lindsay. And we got a bonus opportunity here for Ouachita. Ouachita finally in the bonus. It seems like the Mule Riders have been in the bonus for a good portion of the second half, as Ouachita has really had trouble with their fouling. Number 24, Jada Gassaway, sophomore from Lake Charles, Louisiana, is going to check into the ball game now. And Robinson does not make the first. One more opportunity for the freshman from Marmaduke. And she goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. And we got a timeout for the Mule Riders, but we're going to stick around for a moment here. And Chase, we've seen the Mule Riders, they've really been scraping and clawing, and what they were down by about 20 points at one point during the game. Now they are down 10, but they really cut the lead down significantly from, the initial point in the first half.
That's right, and really that speaks to the talent of this offensive team. In the first half, they scored 38 points in a down half. That's pretty good. If you're having a down half and it's 38 points, that's not a bad place to be. Southern Arkansas has cleaned up some of the mistakes on offense. They're not turning over the ball as much this half. They had 7 in the first half, just 4 here in the second half in this one. They've also done a great job of continuing to contain the perimeter. Ouachita's gotten a few looks from beyond the arc in this one, but they've really forced Ouachita to go inside more. However, Ouachita has not had their way in the post the same way that they did in the first half, more so to an adjustment in the defense. SAU's done a much better job of adjusting from the press back into the zone. It seemed like there was a little bit slower transition in the first half between those two defenses. That's quickened here in the second half, and that's really proven successful for SAU. They're forcing turnovers. That press is becoming more effective. They're able to adjust more on the fly, and that's allowed them to get back into this contest. But credit Ouachita on their strong start. That's really been the difference maker in this one.
And Ouachita going with a little bit of a smaller group, moving Winfrey to the 5 here. Here's Lindsay. She has 11. Remains perfect from the field. Inside to Brown, who got the step on Tipton, and she blows the wide open layup And that's going to be a turnover, a bad possession there by Brooklyn Brown. And that's a turnover there for Ouachita. Lindsay lays that one up and in. They've cut this lead down to 8. And that's going to be a turnover, or excuse me, a timeout for the Tigers. And we're going to take a timeout with them. So stick around for fourth quarter action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
At Berry and Turnage, we specialize in bringing the law to your corner. We are dedicated to understanding what results you want and to helping you understand what actions we can take on your behalf. With over 30 years of experience and a proven track record of success, Berry and Turnage is here to lead you down a path to the results you need. We will work with you every step of the way to make sure that you understand the choices you are making and feel empowered to make them. Berry and Turnage. Serious injuries require serious attorneys.
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network, presented by Taylor King Law. Ouachita up 91-83 with a minute left in this fourth quarter of action. Southern Arkansas was down by a significant portion in this game. They've really gotten this lead back as Ouachita led by as much as 24 at one point, now only leading by 8. One of the catalysts for Southern Arkansas that has single-handedly been keeping them in the game has been Kylie Warren, who has 25 points in this game, shooting 40% from the three-point line as well. And Mears is going to take a step out of bounds, and that's going to be a Tiger turnover. Jessica Jones going to check in. Brooklyn Brown going to check out. Here's Warren to Morris. Morris has had a really solid all-around game. That one does not get up and in. Lindsay's going to track it down. Hustle, great hustle there by Lindsay Jones for 3. No good on that one. Mears is going to get the rebound. Here's Miller. And she's going to draw the foul against Lindsay. That's going to be her third personal foul. Tempted to go for her 5th steal of the night. As I mentioned, Warren has had a particularly great game, but Lindsay has also really had a great impact in this one, shooting 100% from the field for 13 points and 4 steals, has made both of her three-point opportunities. It's been really strong for SAU so far tonight. Here's Miller. Short on the free throw. She's able to come away with it. And we have a timeout for Ouachita. And we're going to take a timeout with them. So stick around for more fourth quarter action here on the Ouachita Sports Digital Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And welcome back to the Ouachita Sports Digital Network. I'm Chris Gay, joined by Chase Harsel. And Chase, Ouachita really been able to fight off Southern Arkansas that's really been trying to get back into this one. But what has Ouachita been able to do successfully that has really been keeping the Mule Riders from getting ahead?
Again, it goes back to the rebounds early in the game. Ouachita continuing to hold a strong advantage in that category with more than double the Mule Riders total. They have 20. Ouachita has 52. That includes offensive rebounds. Ouachita was in double digits early in the half. They had a 10-1 advantage at one point. SAU has closed that gap a little bit more. They've gotten more second chance points with 8 offensive rebounds in this one, but Ouachita still with 16 offensive boards as well.
Here's Miller. Knocks down the first free throw. And Miller goes 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Just her second miss on the night. And that's going to be a travel on Hawkins. Her momentum went forward as she was trying to go stand still. And here's Miller, and we have just a few seconds left to play in this one as Ouachita with a 10-point lead with just about 5 seconds left in this one. Ouachita just going to drain out the clock here. And that's a Tiger win, a 93-83 victory for the Ouachita Lady Tigers over the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas University. A great offensive and defensive effort from the Tigers. Ouachita's leading scorer of the game was Michaela Miller with 27 points along with 9 rebounds and 5 steals on the game. Grayson Fairless also had a double-double with 14 and 10. Madeline Tipton had 13 points on the game and she did have a double-double with 10 rebounds as well. And then Heidi Robinson and Abby Harrison adding 10 points each as well. For Southern Arkansas, Kylie Warren was the main point getter for the Mule Riders with 25 points on the game. Michaela Lindsay also with 13 points, and then 11 from Diamond Morris. Chase, we've seen a great conference matchup. Both teams were searching for their first conference win of the season, and now Ouachita came away with that first conference victory, moving them to 4-3 on the season, 1-2 in the GAC, and 3-2 at home, and Southern Arkansas falling to 2-5 on the season. What does Ouachita have to do to carry over this same type of effort into their next matchup against Arkansas Monticello?
Well, I think you got to start off the game exactly how you started off this one. You know, Chris, going into this game, I said that it was going to take some late defensive stops. Really, what proved to be the difference was the early defensive stops for Ouachita. Ouachita got out on an 8-0 run to start out the contest. They had the lead for 39 minutes and 28 seconds. They scored with 32 seconds gone in the contest and never looked back. This is a huge win for Ouachita at home. This is a team that's been in some tight contests in conference play. You know, there was a heartbreaker last week against Arkansas Tech in overtime. A little bit of redemption here at home in front of the home crowd. Great way to close out the year here, the calendar year at least, for the Tigers as they go into the rest of their conference schedule. They will be back in January. But for SAU, you know, you got to be a little bit disappointed with how that one went. But at the same time, the Mule Riders were down by a sizable amount late in the game, but they continued to fight. They continued to press forward. And even though, again, they ended up on the short end in this one, the wins are going to come for this team. They're a great ball team. They were able to correct some of their mistakes, and I'll look to see them continue that momentum going into their next contest.
And now we have a conversation with Coach Dallimore of the Tigers. Hey, Coach, how you doing?
I'm good. Is that the box?
Let me see. Got a lot of sheets here, kind of out of order.
That's okay. We're good.
Great game for the Tigers here tonight. Obviously a 93-83 win. I was able to sit in on your practice on Thursday, your walkthrough practice, and I heard a lot of talk about that press. And obviously, Washington, your team was able to break that press in the first half. How much preparation and how much credit can you give to preparation?
Well, I give credit to the girls. I mean, they're making plays, but let me give God all the glory, honor, and praise. And I feel real fortunate how tough our kids are. And they want to give God the glory, and they want to work hard, and they want to do the right things, and we're at a special place. And I say that every time, and I don't say that for kicks. I truly believe that. I am blessed to have a wonderful group of girls, and, you know, I try to challenge them. And we have a tendency, because we're young, we relax. So the girls did a great job against the press, I thought. And then we had a little relaxation, I think, when we got up. I don't know what our biggest lead was, but
24,
but it wasn't – they're a good team. And so they lost to Harding and Henderson in overtime. And our league, I keep telling you this, right, top to bottom, 1-12, we can all beat each other. And tonight we happen to be hot. And we got that lead, and then I think we let off the gas a little bit and tried to, we thought that we could just kind of play slower and hold on to a lead. But, they average taking 39 threes a game. And they've had a game where they've taken 52. So that's 8 threes, and we were up that with 8 minutes left in the third quarter. Well, they could shoot 25 threes by then. So much credit to us for after they made that humongous run on us to come back. And then much credit to them because they don't give up. Every time we play them, it's an absolute battle. Last year we were down here about 13 with 2 minutes left, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left, and we cut it to 1 and had the ball. So whenever we play each other, there's no lead that's safe.
Well, also when I was listening in on your practice, I heard a lot of talk about different statistics and analytics. Obviously, analytics, very important to the success of teams. How important is it to the success of this Tiger team?
Well, analytics, when you're as old as me, analytics is a fancy word for stats. And essentially, you just need to know who their best players are. So, long before John Wooden was even coaching, they were doing analytics. It wasn't called analytics. It's you better know who their best shooters are. You better be able to recognize them. But, yes, we do talk about, stuff like that specifically. It's kind of a cool word, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is. Coach, I won't take too much more of your time, but next game on the road against Arkansas Monticello. That's a struggling team. And obviously now you guys are back into the win column. And obviously you have said that every team in this conference can beat each other.
I mean, look, Monticello played Henderson, who's picked third in our league, to an overtime game. So for me to think any game like Monticello is very well coached. They brought in an entire new team, a new coach who's been successful at every level he's been at. And he brought in a first-team JUCO All-American. And they've got a team of kids who really compete hard, and it will be a battle. Like I said, I know y'all think I just say that, but look at the scores of the games in our league, and it doesn't matter. We are all going to play each other. Every night it's going to be like this. So tonight, we don't hit that three, but Mears don't hit those 2 threes right there. We might be tied and be playing a third overtime game. So.
Well, Coach, you have anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I got to tell my son hi. In Rome, Georgia, Rome High School, varsity and JV, big wins last night. Hi, Caleb, and thank you.
Well, thank you, Coach. It's
Appreciate
always
it,
great
guys.
talking with you.
Good seeing y'all. You'll have a good weekend.
Well, it's always great talking to Coach Dallimore. He's done such a great job with the Tigers. And Ouachita going to be on the road, heading to Monticello. Their next game, December 17th at 1 p.m. For Southern Arkansas, their next game will be against Arkansas Baptist at home on December 14th. So, Chase, any final thoughts you'd like to add before we head into the next broadcast here?
Well, it was just a hard-fought contest between two teams, two talented offenses. We knew that there were going to be a lot of points in this one. We didn't know how big defense and rebounds would factor into this game, especially for Ouachita on the boards. This is a pretty talented SAU team in terms of crashing the boards, but they came out early. They created a lot of second-chance opportunities. Forced out of their comfort zone a little bit. They like to pull up for the three-point shot. That wasn't really there. SAU had the game plan to limit those opportunities around the perimeter, but Ouachita was able to counteract that, and I think that adaptability is going to be something that Ouachita wants to carry into the rest of the season.
Well, our next broadcast will still be here at Bill Vining Arena. Obviously, the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders will be taking on the men's group for Ouachita, and it will continue. It will be a separate broadcast, so make sure to tune into that in just a few minutes. But from all of us here at Ouachita Sports Digital Network, thank you for tuning in, and go Tigers!